A lot of stuff is happening in the game right now, so with this video I try to keep you up to date with everything what is going on and with everything you need to know, including the new auction event, Battle Pass coming with brand new reward vehicles and styles and some more things. So let's dive right into it. And first up, let's talk about, of course, the auction event, which started today and it runs until February 19th, which means we should get 5 offers in total according to the dates. And the first offer is right over here, Tier 10 Monkey King. Well, this is 1-1B, ladies and gentlemen, with a special skin, and they're going to treat it like they did with the Chillin or the 113's Beijing Opera edition. You know, we are getting a separate tank with a special style which you cannot remove from the vehicle, like we have the 5A and the Chillin edition. You know, 2 different tanks, but characteristically, statistically, those are identical tanks, just like this one is identical to the 1-1B. Now, if you do not have this vehicle and you're thinking about picking it up now, then you have actually 2 options. Do you want to get this tank with the style and with a minimum bid 20 million credits? Right now, we do not know what the competitive bid is. The competitive bid will be revealed when there are at least 10,000 bids, so if this number is not coming up, that means not even 10,000 people have placed their bids on this vehicle. Or you could alternatively spend 15,000 bonds on this tank, right? Because it is available in the bond store as well, just without the style. So keep that in mind for sure. But you know, bonds are way harder to earn back. 15,000 bonds, I would say, are way harder to earn back. You need special events, game modes for that usually. Then earning back 20 million credits. Oh, actually, while I refreshed it, the competitive bid just came in. So right now it is 21 million credits, and this is the basically the bid which is going to win this tank for sure for you, but this is going to be updated every 10 minutes, so you have to keep that or you have to keep your eyes on it in the next 6 hours and 49 minutes if you want to pick it up, right? Now, 1-1B is a good tank. It has a nice gun, it has, you know, high penetration APCR with very good shell velocity, almost 1500 meters per second, or it has a 350 millimeter penetration heat round as well, which is one of the best in the games, if not the best penetration on any medium tank in the game, if I'm not mistaken, right guys? So overall, it is quite a nice tank, but at the same time, it is not a tank which you definitely need to have on your account, unless you are a tank collector who needs to have absolutely every single tank, no matter the cost. Well, in this case, I cannot stop you doing that, but if you do not have credits, enough credits together, I would definitely not go crazy and spend real money converting credits or selling your entire garage empty to get this vehicle. You know, you have always the other option to simply buy it for bonds, which is more, I would say, way more expensive way to do that, because you cannot earn bonds that easily as you're able to make credits back. And this is their main goal as well with this offer. It is a credit sink after the Lion event, after the Lion Assembly Shop event. Now, this, of course, they want to get rid of your credits, which you accumulated over the holiday ops period. Are you going to pick this tank up? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, stay tuned for the future offers because we are going to cover those on the channel as well. Moving on, next up, let's talk about the Battle Pass 2023. The first season is coming into the game with update 1.20 because this is where I am right now as well. I'm on the update 1.20's test server, and over here we can see a couple new things. For the start, you can see the new progression styles. We have the Rhino, Mouse, and Judas 1516, which are going to be the special vehicles receiving the special styles. But if I click this button right over here, you can see that new vehicles for tokens, and they say this season brings 2 new tier 9 vehicles, the BZ-58-2 heavy tank, aka the Chinese 50DB, and the Kampfpanzer Free Project 07 HK tank destroyer. You can purchase them using Battle Pass tokens. So Those are going to be this year's new Battle Pass vehicles. Last year we received, what did we receive? We received Cobra, was the one thing, and I can't even remember the other one. Anyway, those are the styles over here. This is the maxed out Rhino style. Looks kind of dope, I have to say, so looking forward to playing with this style with the buffed Rhino, which, guys, I tested it out on the dev server, and, you know, it is not going to have that big an effect for tier 10 battles, mainly versus tier 9s and tier 8s, but you know, who cares about that? This is the mouse with a special 3D style in the battle pass. Nice. And then finally, here is the Judas 1516 as well. Judas already has very dope, like glowing, you know, like the magma glowing, lava glowing style as well. So I don't know if you prefer this over that one or not. It is up to you, but those are the special tanks in this category. When is Panzerwagen going to receive 3D style? I wonder, guys. There are so many tanks which actually do not have any 3D styles. Now, before I am going to talk about the vehicles, let me show you another new thing they added. Okay, I have to activate the chapter before I'm going to do that. Affirmative, they added a brand new bounty equipment unit. And what I want to show you over here after all those clickings is this one. Bounty hardening, ladies and gentlemen, is coming to the game. And well, some more, you know, animations over here, yada yada yada, bounty hardening. And here it is, upgraded to level 2 as well for 3 million credits, and it is slightly better than the standard equipment, even in the correct slot. And keep in mind, bounty, improved and experimental equipment do not get any extra slot bonuses on the top of that, because they are better all the time already. So you can see that plus 11% to vehicle hit points, which is 1% better. Suspension durability is 70 versus 65 if you use the standard one in the correct slot. As you can see, suspension repair speed 20, 10, minus 65, but over here we have 25, 10, and 75. So suspension load capacity is the same, extra repair speed 5%, and the damage reduction as well, extra 5%. So slightly better new bounty equipment is coming into the game. And also, if I remember correctly, let's go to the Bond store. I cannot do that, but I cannot test it right now because the store is not working. But with update 1.20 or on the test server at least, people said they were also able to purchase bond hardening for bonds. So previously it has not been available in the Bond store, but people said on the test server it was working. Right now I simply cannot test it out. So here are new things coming with the Battle Pass. Now, talking about the vehicles, here they are. Let's start with maybe a little bit less interesting one. Like, it looks almost like 50 DP as well, almost identical to the 50 DP, the BZ-58-2. This does not have jet boosters. It is just a heavy tank, ladies and gentlemen. 520 alpha, 250 penetration, minus 8 degrees of concentration, which is very nice for a Chinese heavy tank for sure. 0.35 dispersion, 2.88 second aiming time, 2200 DPM, 2000 hit points. It has 70 hull armor, so the lower plate is extremely weak, I guess, and easily penetrable, but the upper plate, you can see how very sloped it is. I guess it's like auto bounce versus most of the shells, or versus any shell, unless that thing over there is going to catch some shells and is going to be a weak spot. And turret is quite tough, you know, 230 angled, but it has commander hatches, so it is going to be like, you know, this is going to mainly play like 50 DP, top speed 35 as well only, so not the fastest one, but yeah, it's just a reward tank. Honestly, nothing more crazy to say about this tank. It's just going to be a tier 9 heavy tank. I guess this is going to be the more cheaper option to pick up for tokens compared to the other one, which is the Kampfpanzer 3 Project 07 HK, which actually has some unique unique features, because this is a tier 9 German siege mode tank in the game. It has a siege mode, you know, you're able to switch the modes to make your gun work differently, mobility is going to be behave differently as well, but it is quite a bit different to the STRVs or the Swedish siege mode tank destroyers, even though they look very similar, right? They look like the S, or this looks like the S tank as well. Now, it is not 2013, sorry, it is 2023, and we still, Wargaming, do not have a feature which allows me to show siege mode stats as well separately. Like, how freaking crazy is that? That I have to use third-party site to see how different this tank is in the siege mode, because I'm not able to check it out over here, and I do not see any buttons over here as well to click, which allows me to see the siege mode stats, for example, because those are very key features on this vehicle, because this tank changes quite a lot. So for that, believe it or not, but we have to go to the third-party site called tanks.gg. Luckily, we have such a site available, where we are able to see what happens when you click the siege mode button. Now, so here it is, the vehicle outside the siege mode that actually has a lot of mobility, 65 drop speed, 25 moving backwards, good power to weight ratio and all that. It has 6.7 second reload time, 9 rate of fire with 3200 DPM, right? But guys, keep in mind this is outside the siege mode with 0.35 dispersion and aiming time, long aiming time. But once we click the siege mode, do you remember in the STRV tanks you lose basically all of your mobility, but your gun handling gets a lot better without losing DPM. But check this out, guys. If you click the siege mode in this vehicle, you lose 1000 DPM actually. 1000 DPM lost. But you gain a lot of accuracy, like aiming time from 2.64 seconds down to 1.47 seconds, accuracy also from 0.35 down to 0.24, so absolutely amazing, right? But you lose so much DPM, and why you lose so much DPM is because you actually have some mobility, but I don't know if this is going to work out, like, you know, compared to the STRVs, you still want to be in the siege mode to deal the damage, even in this vehicle. Just that TPM loss is actually quite nutty, but you have, you know, 20 forward, 18 moving backwards, mobility, but just, you know, the difference is so crazy, guys. Plus, of course, you get the extra gun depression as well. You have -3 degrees of gun depression. You have some maneuverability, guys, outside the siege mode as well. And I guess this is another reason why it is getting balanced, because you can use this tank, you can fire outside the siege mode as well. You do not have that crazy fixed gun, which is fixed into the hull. This can actually move a bit. You can see 2 degrees left, right, and also it has some gun depression action, but in the siege mode you have -11 degrees of gun depression, it shows over here, right? 3 + 9, and a lot of gun elevation. So quite a bit different vehicle compared to the STRVs. Is this exciting enough for the Battle Pass? Well, I hope, because this is what we are going to get. And those are the news from the update 1.20's test server, which should be over here in couple weeks, I would say, maybe next week even, maybe in 2 weeks, and the Battle Pass should follow right after that. Plus we have the auction event coming up as well, so stay tuned to the channel by clicking the subscribe button, and I will keep you posted with everything that is going on in this game, as I always do. Looking forward to some new exciting offers and hopefully some brand new tanks as well in the auction event, not simply skinned versions. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section down below. Stay awesome, stay sexy, take care, and bye.